Man, I don't know why it's so bright. Maybe.
Alrighty, what is going on, guys? It's Tazz here, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of the Legion Lounge Live. Now, as always, I am joined by my co-host and brother, Toxic Strike. What is going on, bro?
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
And a new addition to the Legion Lounge for these Mando episodes, we have Toxic Crusader.
Alright, how you guys doing?
And we finally put him in a little webcam box today, so you're seeing all of our faces. So
including Baby Yoda's.
Including Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda is there, if I'm pointing correctly. Yes, perfect. Baby Yoda's there. He's also back here, so that's pretty cool too. So yeah, we are going to be talking about this second episode of season 2 of the Mando. We have episode, what was this episode even called? The Passenger, I think?
Yeah, The Passenger.
Yeah, so Mando,
10.
yeah, so chapter 10, season 2, episode 2, Mandalorian, the Passenger. So, what did you guys think of this episode just overall, before we get kind of into the nitty gritty here?
I think that was a pretty good world building kind of episode. Not really much for the story, but I feel like this is a leading point. This is a starting point for the next episode, and a lot of the story that's going to be revolving around that. But I mean, overall, I think it was a pretty good episode. Yeah, I mean that's about it.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It was a pretty good episode. Plus, it was more of an adventure like feeling, but it's almost a progression from the premiere kind of, but where it left off. But it was getting better every episode. Getting better.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of people say that this episode was like one of the first bad episodes, and I disagree with that. Like, I agree with the fact that it was kind of, I guess you could kind of call this a filler episode, but it was just kind of a off the general path kind of adventure episode to kind of bridge the gap between the premiere and then the rest of the season. So we had to get Mando off of Tatooine and on his way to whatever this next planet is. I assume it's the sort of like water planet that everybody kind of thought was Mon Cala for the Mon Calamari. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. I completely forget what the name of that planet that they're going to is called, but it's that water planet that we saw that mysterious character that a lot of people are thinking is going to be Sabine, or she could be a entirely different character, but that's where we saw the boat and everything like that. So it's just kind of to get us from point A to point B, and we have a fun little adventure in the middle. And I thought it brought back a lot of fun stuff from last season and kind of, like you guys said, did a lot more world building. But yeah, so we start off the episode on Tatooine with Mando and Baby Yoda going back into town, and then they get jumped, and we have a pretty cool scene. What'd you guys think of that?
I mean, I thought it was pretty great, especially seeing the jetpack being used, not just as a jetpack, but as a weapon. I always think that those kind of things are pretty cool. I also thought it was kind of funny how the little Jawa thing was just trying to use a knife to Mando, but you could tell he was super scared. And I don't know, I thought it was just really cool that Mando kind of would do whatever just to make sure that he still has Baby Yoda.
Yeah. Plus, like, when those bad guys, they were setting up the trap, and when they actually deploy the trap, I was like, when Mando and the speed bike and Baby Yoda like flew, I was like, oh man. I was like, man, I thought Baby Yoda was gonna get hurt or something, but he was fine. And then Mando, I guess his little father abilities.
Yeah, Mando went full dad mode.
Yeah, beat up all those 3 guys and that Jawa guy with a knife hold Baby Yoda and all that. But
yeah, no, I thought
mess with Mando.
I'll just say this about the whole episode. I'm sorry if I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
This whole episode is just Baby Yoda either getting thrown around or just like running around and just being like a little baby.
I think the entire point of this episode, like on a surface level, was basically just the father-son bond between Mando and Baby Yoda, and just Baby Yoda being super cute and showing like, hey, he's still a baby. He still doesn't know a lot of stuff. And, he needs Mando. So basically, how did Baby Yoda survive for 50 years without Mando to take care of him?
I mean,
you know,
just being taken care of mostly by, you know, probably like the Empire, whoever.
Yeah,
whoever was in control of them
somebody.
Before. But I mean,
yeah,
I think that would be a really cool thing to look at.
yeah, that would be interesting. It's like
if there's like an episode where like they were able to like look back and see what Baby Yoda was through before.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it could be pretty interesting.
Yeah,
or maybe it's like in like that little like holding, like the holding.
Yeah, I don't know.
cell.
Was he just like in his pod for 50 years? I don't
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
Who knows? But yeah, that opening scene I thought was really good, and it kind of showed like no matter what, Mando can kind of hold his own against just like extra bounty hunters and stuff like that. So if anybody comes after the child, like just don't. Like Mando will take you down in like 3 seconds, and like he said,
I think that was pretty cool in the way that we still see that even on any planet, and it shows later on when he's actually talking to, I forget her name, but the ship lady, the ship master. I remember how he was saying that, oh, I'm being basically tracked 24/7. But I mean, it makes sense. I mean, we see it in the beginning of the episode, and it shows that no matter what is going on, the same thing happened when he was over at the like back in chapter 4. When he was helping out with the village people. I think that, I mean, it just shows that no matter where he is, he's still going to be tracked because he is a child.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's still a real thing, and he's still getting tracked down. I mean, is it a problem to him? No, but there will be a problem if, you know, higher grade bounty hunters start showing up and they start trying to, you know, take him down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before we continue, what is going on, Coca Project? How's it going? Putting fire in the chat. That's what we like to see. But yeah, no, I think like you said too, with Mando just kind of holding his own. He knew exactly what to do with the jetpack when he flew off. And then also I thought it was pretty interesting how he was just like with the Jawa holding the knife to Baby Yoda. He was like, you put a scratch on him, there's nowhere in this galaxy you can go and I won't find you. So it's just like it was nice to show that like Mando is fully on board. Like he will not let anything happen to this kid, just like ever. So I thought that was great.
Yeah, they're technically father and son.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned this last week too, but if you look it up on Wikipedia, like I think it just says like Mando is Baby Yoda's adoptive father, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty accurate.
It practically is.
Yeah, that's accurate, but like also that makes me super sad to think like obviously this show is going in a direction, at least right now, where Mando wants to bring Baby Yoda back to his people, whether that be the Yoda species, whether that be the Jedi in general. But like, could we ever live in a world where we see Din Djarin like just be like, all right, Baby Yoda, go back to your people? Like, no.
We just think
I want them to live happily ever after.
I feel like a part of this season is mainly going to be him, like Mando, kind of realizing that he is different. You know, he might be a Mandalorian and probably meeting people like Bo-Katan and stuff. If that actually happens, he's probably going to just start learning that, oh, you know, yes, of course, the Mandalorians have to follow this kind of creed, but at the same exact time, it's just like, I can be whatever I want to be. I can be whoever I want to be. You know, he doesn't have to come to a certain, he doesn't have to belong to like a certain group of people. You know, he can just do what he wants to do.
Well, I think that's also very interesting. Is this episode again kind of continued the theme that I think is going to be carried out through this entire season? Is like, what does it mean to be a Mandalorian? What does following the Mandalorian creed actually mean? Is it about, you know, wearing your helmet, this is the way, taking bounties, whatever? Or is it more about embodying the spirit of a Mandalorian, like exemplifying those honorable traits and sticking to your word, like in this episode and stuff like that? Just like very basic tenets, I guess you could say. But what is more important is that traditional kind of idea of a Mandalorian, just armor, this is the way, being a badass? Or is it about, you know, having honor and going by a creed and stuff like that? And, you know, not everybody that is quote unquote a Mandalorian might exemplify those traits, like Boba Fett, and people that aren't Mandalorians could, you know, embody the spirit of a Mandalorian, like Cobb Vanth last episode. So that's kind of, you know.
Here's something I just thought of, which is kind of backtracking here. But coming back to like Baby Yoda and his connection with Din, Mando. One thing I've kind of thought of, and I think is kind of interesting, and it's the same thing. And we talked about Geralt before last episode.
Yeah,
but how Geralt just names every one of his horses like Roach. I think everybody knows that.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, what's the reason why he doesn't name Baby Yoda and he just names him the child?
That's
because
true.
Of the fact that he doesn't want to get that kind of connection with him.
That's very interesting. I didn't even think of, like, I was thinking like, oh, he doesn't have a name. What does that mean? But you're right. You're onto something. Is like that's very much like Geralt. That every horse is just named Roach. So yeah, does he? I guess that makes sense. Is he is starting to feel connected, and he doesn't want to get connected, but he's going to. So I think that's interesting.
He still has emotions, so at some point I'll probably just realize,
right,
I don't want to leave him here. Like I want him,
exactly,
my son, basically.
And there's so many points in this episode, like after Mando takes care of the other bounty hunters, or I guess they're other bounty hunters, just the dudes that jumped him. After he takes care of them, Baby Yoda just kind of like ran over to Mando with his arms up like, Dad, pick me up, I'm scared. And then like other parts, he was, when they were on the ship and everything, when they went to sleep, like you mentioned when we were watching the episode, is like, Baby Yoda sleeps right above Mando, and then he like curled up next to him later on in the episode and everything. So, there's definitely that parental connection that Baby Yoda feels towards Mando, and he feels safe with him. So it's going to be interesting if, eventually we get to a point where it's like, okay, here's other Jedi, here's other Yoda species. Go on, baby, go. He's not going to want to go.
Also, the other thing is, I feel like a lot of like Jedi, if he finds Jedi, let's say, they're probably going to want to try to, teach him like how every other Jedi is. And he's like, well, that's not what Baby Yoda is about.
Yeah.
That's not what he does. He just kind of does his own thing. And I think that's why when he meets Ahsoka, if he does, that he'll feel like some kind of, oh, he doesn't have to be a Jedi or a Sith or whatever. He can just do his own thing. There's no problem.
Right. You could just kind of train him in the Force. So. Yeah.
I mean, he's powerful in the Force, of course. I mean, he did Force healing, which is the only second.
That's true.
Well, actually,
that was the first. Yeah, it was the first iteration of Force healing. Yeah.
But I mean, actually, no, it's not the first, because if you go back to the games, and then you can Force heal in some games. Whatever.
True.
That's not even really the point. What I'm trying to say is like the first like canonical version of a character using some kind of Force healing. And I mean, of course, Baby Yoda is going to be powerful. I don't know if it's just like their species or whatever, if they're just powerful in the Force or what.
Yeah,
we've seen Yoda and Yaddle. Both of them were council members.
That's true.
I would presume they're powerful in the Force, and those are the only two of that kind of race that we've seen. So I mean, it's just like, what exactly? I think the final question, like towards like the end of the show, or maybe some other point, and they're just gonna forget about it later and like not have to worry about bringing him to like his family, or whatever, or whenever they want to end it. I don't know. I'm going off track, but basically what I'm trying to say is I think that's going to be like one of the biggest questions is, do you have to follow a certain creed because that's who your people are, or is it okay for you to go ahead and do whatever else you want to do and just be you?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Like I said, is I think it's the whole, at least the theme of this season is going to be like, what does it mean to be a Mandalorian? I think when Mando meets Jedi, probably through Ahsoka and stuff like that, what does it mean then for Baby Yoda to be this creature that's powerful in the Force? Does he have to go down the path of being a Jedi? You got to be careful because he's, experiencing all this stuff with Mando. He's seeing all this violence. Does he go down a darker path? Probably not. But there's all these different poles, I guess you could say. And then also there's the question too is, would Mando try to make Baby Yoda a Mandalorian? Because that's kind of like the fan. I guess you could say that's like the fan fiction is Baby Yoda wearing his little Mandalorian armor. Like I'd love to see that as much as the next person, but how realistic is that?
Yeah. Also, my real question. The real question.
Go ahead.
What is the first word of Baby Yoda gonna be? If he comes up in one episode, he comes up to Mando and he says, "Daddy," I'm gonna start being like,
You know, he's
Well,
like, yeah, go ahead.
Like, well, yeah, in the episode, the new episode, I'm pretty sure he was speaking gibberish, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I noticed that. I actually rewatched the episode before we went live, and he made a lot more sounds this week than he has, I think, in any episode combined.
Yeah.
So he was very talkative, not
And
real
troublemaker.
words.
He was a really bad.
Oh yeah, he was a troublemaker. We'll get to that, Baby Yoda. I got my eyes on you. Not leaving any of my eggs around you. Try to make an omelet. He'd eat the whole dozen. Like, come on, Baby Yoda. Just trying to get some gains in here.
Troublemaker.
just being a troublemaker, man. But last thing I want to talk about on Tatooine, or I guess two small things. One, skipping ahead a little bit, when they were cooking the crate dragon meat, I think they were using a pod racer engine to cook it.
yeah,
Pretty
probably.
sure.
Yeah, it was like an engine of some sort.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
sure that was a pod
It was a
racer
pod
engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure that was a pod racer engine. We'll call it a pod racer engine. So two instances of now this is pod racing in the last 2 episodes. Very very awesome to see. And then the other thing that I saw brought up, I can't remember where I saw it, if it was either on social media or if it was in a video or whatever. So credit to whoever came up with this idea. But something very interesting is they lingered quite a bit on Mando walking back into town. I guess walking back into Mos Eisley, right? So they linger on that for quite a while, showing Mando just kind of like trekking through the desert, lugging all of his stuff with him with Baby Yoda and stuff like that. So at the end of last week, we obviously saw Boba Fett watch Mando, drive along on the speeder. So how long after Boba saw Mando was that crash, I guess you could say? And then if that crash wasn't too long after Boba saw Mando, then could Boba have tracked him back to Mos Eisley and tracked the Razor Crest and possibly be tailing him? And then that's how Boba Fett comes back into things, is like in a couple episodes, he's like, aha, I've been trailing you ever since Tatooine.
Possibly.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking
also,
about, yeah.
I mean, the other thing is, think about what's her name's character, Sasha Banks' character, right? What if she is working with, Boba Fett? And I mean, I don't know. I forget exactly what people's theories on who she is and all that good stuff. But
I've seen
what if she-
I've seen people think that she's Sabine, but I don't think so either. I think she's just a completely different
I
character.
mean, what if they're just like watching him, and what if he's just
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
what if Boba is coming for the bounty?
Well, no, here's the thing, though, too, is maybe Boba has his own bounty hunters guild, right? So if we go back to the whole thing with, what was it, Fennec Shand? From last season, right?
No, not a guild. He would have a syndicate. I mean, he did have a syndicate.
Okay.
He did actually have a syndicate when he was on Tatooine, and then he started working with the Hutts and all that good stuff. But then the
so
Hutts
what if
had a
he...
decline because of of course, the thing that happened over at the Sarlacc pit, and they didn't have what's his name anymore. They didn't have Boba Fett, which was their prized bounty hunter, basically.
Yeah.
And the decline of the Empire, and they had all these there's all this like.
There's a lot of Legends Boba Fett stuff. Like we could
talking about in like actual like.
Oh, this is canon stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. Didn't know that.
He came up with the syndicate before he worked with the Hutts, but
okay.
When the Hutts they started to decline, of course, because the loss of Boba Fett and all that good jazz. But
yeah,
they also what is it? I'm forgetting. I'm blanking. Also, they had like all these things working with the Empire. The Empire would help get them contracts and all that stuff. And as you can see, even in the current universe, they're just going through random people, but they're not actually going through random people, because remember, what is the biggest bounty that he had? One that was given to them by the Empire. The Empire were the ones that really ran all those bounty hunter things.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Now they're gone. They're kind of gone. There's not very much to go around, That's
true. That's true. So I don't know. I'm kind of lost as to what Boba's play is in all of this. Like, what does he want from the Mando? Does he want the bounty on the child? Does he want his armor back? But if he wanted his armor back, he could have just gone and gotten it from Cobb Vanth at any point because he's Boba Fett.
That he needs his armor back before fighting another Mandalorian. I think that he wants it back before he fights Mando, if he's going to fight Mando. Because I feel like he would be at a disadvantage if he wasn't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
His armor, and I don't think that he wants to do that. I think that he's gonna trick him somehow, some way, and get his armor back, and figure out some way to get his armor back, and then that's when we're actually gonna see some kind of conflict between him and Mando, because then he's gonna have his power back. Basically. Well,
then what do you guys think Moff Gideon's role in all of this is, other than the fact that he has the Darksaber, and then I guess the Darksaber is kind of our tie to characters like Bo-Katan, who had the Darksaber at one point, and Sabine and all of them, and Ahsoka and stuff.
I don't know exactly when. I need to actually look that up, but I need to look at the rise of the First Order.
Okay.
Because the thing is, if he is working with the First Order, or whatever, with Exegol.
Yeah. So is this like early First Order stuff, or is this too early?
Yeah, I think it's way too early for First Order stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I think because remember in the new episode, right? With there was the rebel.
Right. Yeah. I wanted to get to that.
Pretty sure it was like probably after the downfall of the Empire.
Yeah, so it's 5 years. So it's 5 years after Return of the Jedi, and the X-wing pilot said
it's a trying
New
time.
Republic. They said in these trying times and the New Republic and stuff like that. So
that's my question.
What does that mean?
Trying times? Is it because the Empire? Because it doesn't seem like the Empire is still kicking really that much.
Right.
They still are kicking, but not that much. But you also have to think. I need to know when
maybe it was like some other reasons why they said that. Maybe it was like they're still restoring like.
Yeah, I think it's I think kind of. Yeah, I think you're onto that. Is that like it means that they're still getting rid of the remnants of the Empire?
Yeah, there's like still pockets of them, right?
Right, exactly. It's like Moff Gideon. He is leading a cell of Empire remnants. So I think that's kind of what the trying times means, but
Okay. Because here's the other thing. So the show takes place like 5 years after the fall of the Empire, where the battle. Well, the
if you hold on one second, I just see in chat, if you've never seen The Mandalorian, major spoilers. I guess we didn't say that before we started. But yeah, major spoilers. I would say definitely click off. I don't want to tell people to leave, but if you haven't seen it and you don't want it spoiled, you don't mind. All right, then welcome to the conversation. But what were you saying, bro?
I was just saying how so the decline of the Empire, of course, started when Palpatine died, second Death Star explosion, all that great stuff. But you have to think about this. So the final major battle was about a year later with the Battle of Jakku.
Right. So then we're still 4 years removed from that at this point. Then,
at this point, the only groups of Imperials that are left are probably those that, if you remember Battlefront 2, all the, I don't know exactly who, maybe Moffs or whatever, they all got these little droids that are basically messages.
Right, and that was what, Operation Cinder?
Yeah, Operation. I think Operation Burning Cinder, isn't it?
Something like that.
But basically, though, I would assume that Moff Gideon had something. I would feel like whatever he is doing had something to do with whatever the droid that he was given, whatever the Palpatine droid that he got.
Possibly. So, but then also there's I don't really even know. But then also, like we brought up last week, there's always that theory that Moff Gideon is possibly a Mandalorian, and then I've seen people go as far as he is a true blood Mandalorian, he possibly could even be part of House Vizsla, and then have kind of a right to the Darksaber at that point.
Yeah.
So but and then also it brings up. What were you
I
saying?
mean, I was just thinking because I mean, of course, when Moff Gideon came in, he was like, "You have something I need."
Yeah.
You know, of course, he's trying to find Baby Yoda.
Right. So what does he want with
but
Baby Yoda?
The thing is, he's trying to have Baby Yoda like maybe keep him living for a long time or something. I don't know.
I don't know, because then it goes back to the...
Or maybe he's trying to bring back the Emperor. Maybe
right, well, because then it goes back to the guy that had the Camino cloning patch in season 1. So, like, I don't know. And then people thought that this water planet or whatever was Camino. It doesn't seem like it is. No. But, like, I don't know. I know, Crusader. Crusader, I know you were trying to say something. We keep cutting you off. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I don't know. I feel like Mob Gideon, like he's probably the big bad guy.
Yeah, no, of course.
Going to do, but I'm pretty sure like before the with the Empire falling, he served as like probably an Imperial officer and all that.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure there was like because I know the Mandalorians, they used to be like a very large group, but I don't know what happened. I think there was like a war or something.
Yeah, no, the Great Purge.
Well, yeah, but also before that, I mean, like they were like destroying their planet.
So, and then
maybe he got the Darksaber during that Great Purge.
Of course, yeah.
Possibly. So wait, so where does the Great Purge take place in the timeline after Bo-Katan had the Darksaber in Rebels? Because Gideon has to have gotten the Darksaber sometime in between there. Possibly even he got it in the last 5 years between Death Star 2 blowing up and Mando Season 1, you know? So I don't know. That's an interesting thing to bring up, but...
Yeah, but when I saw with the Darksaber, I was like, what? Man's got a Darksaber?
This man's got a Darksaber? Yeah. And then I went to go buy a Darksaber. It's back there. Man, the Darksaber is so cool. I've seen so many cool, like, people have made really cool versions of it. Like, this is kind of like just like the cheapy Hasbro toy one. But yeah, they're really cool. But continuing on in the episode, I know Strike is looking something up. We'll wait for him. But continuing on in the episode...
I was looking up the Great Purge. And
yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to talk about the X-Wing pilots.
All it's saying is just that it's sometime before 9 ABY.
Okay.
So 9 years after the Battle of Yavin. People that don't know ABY.
Okay, so yeah, it's like it's basically like it could have happened any point.
Yeah, it's just all it says is that it occurred during some time in the Imperial era. So it doesn't exactly say when, it just says that it happened.
Yeah.
So I think that's something else we're going to have to start discovering.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think since we got flashbacks to Cobb Vanth even in episode 1, I wouldn't be surprised if we got Moff Gideon flashbacks in future episodes when he is more of a focus.
Right.
I think we'll probably see that, and possibly I don't want to say that she will be relegated to flashbacks, but that could possibly be the first place that we see Bo-Katan, is like we see the flashback to how Moff Gideon got the Darksaber, and then Mando meets Bo-Katan and she tells him how Gideon got the Darksaber. Like that.
What if that's actually like just like a serious point of like an episode, and it's just like a flashback episode, and that's the only time that we see
that. Would be interesting. I don't know. That'd be.
Think about that, though. Think about Ahsoka comes to say like help Bo-Katan or something with the Great Purge, and
that would.
I think that'd be kind of interesting.
That would be interesting, and then that could kind of set up for whatever that spinoff is going to be. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that would be really interesting. But moving on, though. We have that super tense scene where Mando basically gets pulled over in space by the 2 X-Wing pilots, and he got the really tense thing, and he's just like, and they're like, yeah, basically, send us your ping, and he's like, it's broken, guys, it's totally broken. Yeah. And he's like, well, then you're gonna have to come with me into the nearest station. And he's like, screw that, and just like he just dips.
I need my power converter from Tashi Station.
Yeah, he was being nonchalant about it.
Yeah, and Mando's just like, all right. Tokyo drift time, let's go. And he just crash lands on the snow planet, which I'll let you be the presenter of this piece of news here. What is that snow planet?
The planet's name is Maldo Crease.
Okay.
Spelled with a K, Kreis, Kreis.
Oh, like Sensei, like Sensei Kreese?
Yeah, I guess.
No, I think it's Kresse, Kreese. I don't know, Kresse. I don't know. Cobra Kai. Shout out Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai never die.
I'm pretty surprised actually. You know, with the scene when the two rebel pilots actually pulled over Mando and his Razor Crest. Like I'm pretty sure weren't the windows like kind of visible?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
yeah, I don't know how they didn't see what. I don't know how they
maybe.
didn't see what he was doing.
My man's
the
Mando got that
Mando
40% tint.
Oh yeah, he's got the tint.
Yeah.
Possibly, but no. Yeah. So it was. So the snow planet that he crashed on was the snow planet from the first episode.
Yeah, it
Right,
was the first chapter. It was where he picked up his first ever bounty that we saw, at least.
Yeah.
I can bring you in warm. I can bring you in cold.
I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Great line.
That's such a great line. But yeah, so the two pilots were pilots that we saw back during the prison episode, which was also referenced later on. One of the pilots was the man, the myth, the legend, Dave Filoni, who created Clone Wars as well as Rebels. We have him to thank for a lot of those characters like Ahsoka and stuff, so it was great to see him with a little cameo in this episode. I'm not sure who the other X-Wing pilot was. He possibly was a director of other episodes. He wasn't the director.
Actually, I'm not sure about the director part, but I know he's a very well-known actor in Canada.
Okay.
Of this TV show called Kim's Convenient.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you learn something new every day. I did not know that. So
I never knew that as a pilot.
but I don't really know about the director part. But he also
I probably not.
He also cosplays a lot of like Star Wars things. Like he cosplayed like Imperial officer and then TIE fighter.
Okay. Yeah. No, it was definitely a different pilot then that was a director, because I know it was like in that prison episode it was like Dave Filoni and then the dude that was directing the episode, which wasn't this guy. So yeah, I was definitely wrong on that one. But the nice little Easter egg there to have these pilots coming back and have Dave Filoni in there and everything like that. I thought that was great. Also, it kind of, when he was talking about the Razor Crest, it kind of just like showed the age of it, and it was like, you know, it was pre-Empire and stuff like that is what he mentioned. And then it kind of shows you like, wow, this thing got destroyed this episode. Is it even worth putting back together?
Of course it's worth putting back together. It's the Razor Crest. What do you mean?
I know, but like
maybe new ship.
Like the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's like new ship or like all new parts. Like, is he gonna just build a new PC or is he gonna get a new GPU? Like, I don't know. I think that would be.
We'll see next episode. If they make it to
the
wherever they go.
Yeah. So here, I'm gonna throw out something really, really out there, which probably won't happen, and I think a lot of people would be upset about it. But like, what if Mando just trades the Razor Crest in for Slave One? What if he just yoinks Boba's ship?
Yoink.
Yoink.
You know, it would be interesting if
some yoinks.
Yoinks.
Like he trades it for Slave One, because he has Boba Fett's armor, and what happened if he just stumbles upon Boba Fett's ship?
Yeah, but like
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't know. Yeah, because a lot of people are like, all right, well, we saw Boba. Where's Slave One? Is it still parked at like Jabba's palace? Is it somewhere on Tatooine? Is it somewhere off world?
No, if it was still at Jabba's palace, it would have been towed already.
It would have been towed already. Man. So
you do have a point with that, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or if it was there, then he would have just left already, right?
Probably. Well, I mean, here's the thing. Maybe he doesn't want to leave. I mean, the main question is, why is he here?
Yeah.
Like on Tatooine, I mean, and why hasn't he gotten his armor already?
Yeah.
Those are the main questions that we're trying to figure out.
That's true.
It's just like I don't know.
No.
That's why we got to keep on watching the show, you know?
Yeah. So anyway, rest of the episode is like parts character building, parts kind of horror-esque a little bit with the spiders. So we have the Mando ship. Yeah, so we have the Razor Crest crash. Oh.
No, that's the name of the spiders.
Yeah, they're the they're the Krenka, whatever.
Krenka.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'm thinking the Ravenak was the thing in episode 1.
Yeah,
The
no, they're
giant thing that tried to eat him.
yeah, they're
Oh,
spelled
yeah.
KRYKNK, or I can't even spell KRYKNA. However you pronounce that. However you pronounce that. But these spiders were actually based off of some old Ralph McQuarrie artwork for the OG Star Wars movies, and they were supposed to be on Dagobah, which is interesting. So it's nice to have them brought back into here. They were also on Rebels at one point. So that's really cool. I was like, oh, these things look familiar, and they will also be in my nightmares because I am I don't like spiders. So yeah. What is going on, Ewell? Nice to see you in the chat once again. But yeah, so they crash on this planet. Ship's all broken. They've got to get Frog Mom to her planet with her eggs and stuff like that. So we have Baby Yoda being a sneaky little sneaker, and
Baby Yoda's a monster.
yeah,
He eats
baby.
Yeah, we don't even know how much he ate.
Baby Yoda's a menace.
Babies.
Yeah, he just like ate.
Babies.
He ate this lady's innocent eggs, like
food.
and then they played it off for and then the worst part about it is how they played it off for laughs in the episode. Like, we didn't just see Baby Yoda just eat what could, like, an egg. Like, come on.
Not just egg, but the egg of a dying species.
Yeah. Like, come on, Baby Yoda, you're better than that.
But I'm pretty surprised the frog lady didn't even notice.
I mean, she didn't notice originally, but like she had to have known at the end when she holds the container and Baby Yoda looks back and she's like, not today. And then Baby Yoda just looks at the camera, just one last one, and I'm like, dude.
He just had that in his hand.
I don't. Where was it? Was it just like? Does he have like pockets or something? Yeah, probably under his coat. I guess he has pockets. Also, did Baby Yoda's little feet get cold walking in the snow?
I don't know. I don't even know.
He was actually walking a lot. Actually.
Yeah, he was. He was like waddling along. He's like.
Remember when that frog lady actually went to the little what's it called, that hot water area?
Yeah, the hot spring.
Yeah.
When Amanda was trying to pick up the eggs and help her out with the back in, like Baby Yoda just drifts off to like somewhere and
he just drifts off to the side. He's just like, ooh, spider egg, and it's just like, it's so nasty. And then you just hear these things breaking out, and then you hear Baby Yoda like whine and like waddle back over to Mando, and he's like, Mando, I did something wrong. And then
sorry, I made a mistake.
I'm so sorry, I made a mistake.
Oh my God. That was like really funny. And then he was like, oh my God.
And then he's like,
what did this child do?
It's like, now I gotta kill all these spiders. So yeah, we got Mando killing all the spiders, escorting Baby Yoda and Frog Mom back to the Razor Crest. And then these things are crazy. There's tiny ones, there's medium-sized one, there's the giant one that looks like it's from like Skull Island or something like that. Yeah, the big mama spider. And then and then they get to the ship, all the spiders are coming at him. Mando uses the flamethrower at one point, and like,
flamethrower, actually.
Yeah, and like you said during the episode, you're like, why didn't he use this earlier? But like, whatever.
Is it just me, or is like the flamethrower, whenever he uses it, it just sounds like a dog? Just like, I don't know. It's like,
it sounds like exhaust, like the exhaust of a car, kind of. It's like,
I don't know. It sounds great. I love the sound of it.
It's cool.
I like how it changed from like a red flame into like a blue flame as well.
Yeah, so it was like charging up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, they get back to the ship. They barricade themselves in the cabin. Spiders are out there. It looks like all hope is lost, but then there's some extra laser bolts coming in from the outside. I was like, is that Boba Fett? But Mando, like sneaks out. He's got the gun. He's like, spiders, boom, 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 spiders. And then he gets them, and then he walks out, and it's the two X-Wings there. They come in, they're all gangster. They save his life. They're like, sup, Mando? We know what you did. We know there's a warrant out for your arrest, but you also did some good stuff, so we're gonna let it slide. We saved your life. But we're not gonna help you any further than that. So, ship's kind of broken. You're kind of stranded here. That's all up to you. You figure that out. So we saved your life. peace out, and then like the most gangster Star Wars remix plays. Like it was like some sort of like, I don't know, like EDM remix of like the Rebel theme. It was really cool. I like that. I would like a full version of that.
Yeah, I actually would too. I actually have not looked that up yet. I actually kind of want to look it up.
Yeah, so that sounded really cool.
Yeah, at first when I after with the laser bolt, I thought it's like, well, I didn't know it. I was like, well, I don't know, maybe it's not Boba.
Yeah,
probably the X-wing pilots. When he came out, I thought they actually were gonna help him out, but they were like, he's like, oh yeah, we saw your record. You got a warrant for your red, but you did some good stuff. All that. But I actually thought they were gonna help him out, like fix his ship. But
yeah, I did too. But they were like, peace, peace from the Rebel Alliance.
Do you think
the New Republic?
We'll see them again?
Oh, definitely. I think these guys will pop up like whenever you need X-wing pilots.
Isn't this the second time we've seen Dave Filoni's?
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen Dave Filoni's character. He was exceptionally silent though. Like I think he only had a couple lines. He didn't really say anything at the end. He just kind of stood there and he's like, "Yeah, I'm awesome."
Yeah, it was mostly the other guy.
Yeah, it was the other guy. But I don't know. That was really cool. So the X-wing pilots saved Mando and everything. They fix up the cabin. They pressurize it, and the end of the episode is they go off to their next adventure, which is dropping off Frog Mom at the planet that she needs to be on. And like we mentioned at the beginning of the stream, is it's probably going to be that water planet that we saw in the trailer. And we're basically, if that's that, then we've almost gotten through the entire trailer except for stuff that's back on Navarro. So it seems like the entire back half of the season is going to just be completely new stuff that we haven't seen.
Right. I mean, overall, I think it was a great episode. I mean, it was showing something different than we've actually seen before, and it just, I don't know, it just felt like something different, you know, and it felt like a good change of pace.
Yeah, I do too.
Mando and Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
But hopefully by either the next episode or the next episode, we actually see like more action, like actually the appearance of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
On that premiere, like actual like.
Well,
Bond. Well, not really Bond, but like, you know, like with Cobb Vanth. But who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows, like,
I don't know. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Boba now until much later in the season, like back half at this point. Like I thought, okay, he's either going to be in episode 2 or he's going to be in episode 4 or between 4 and 8, you know?
Well, actually, like, does the Mandalorian know who Boba Fett is?
That's the question, right? Does he...
I mean, if he did, he would have known what, like, he would have seen the armor. He would have been like,
oh, well, that's true. You're right. It's like, yeah, if you would have seen Boba's armor, then he would have been like, oh, that's Boba Fett's armor, right? So I guess he probably doesn't know who Boba Fett is, but
then he would probably think he's just like some wannabe guy that wants to take the armor from him.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting though. All right, will Mando consider Boba an actual Mando, or will he be like, yo, you're just a poser too? But then when he sees like real Mandalorians like Bo-Katan and stuff like that, and then they're taking their helmets off and stuff like that, and he's like, yo, what's going on here? Like the Mando,
take your helmet off.
It's like he's like, and she's like, dude, you still leave your helmet on? Like, you know, you can take that thing off. It gets stuffy in there.
Joke, right? You know, everybody just takes their helmet off.
Right. It's just like nobody really does that. We just kind of wear them in battle. And he's like, wait, you guys can take your helmets off?
Like, what?
Yeah. It's kind of like the meme. It's like, wait, you guys get paid?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I don't have to take the Beskar that I earned from jobs and turn that into my armor?
Also, what I'm also thinking, you know, with Moff Gideon, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think Boba Fett is working? Like, if we ever like actually see the appearance of Boba Fett again, like you know what I said earlier, do you think he's like working with Moff Gideon?
I think something that we've thrown. Yeah, that's something that I've thrown around. I don't know.
I'm not really sure. It really depends on what his motives are.
Right.
Like in the films, you know how like remember when with Darth Vader like hired a bunch of those bounty hunters.
Exactly. That's the thing is like he's like the extension. Yeah,
it's like an alliance ally kind of.
Exactly. Really. Is now that
people
like
are also throwing around the idea now. Sorry to cut you off, but people are throwing around the idea now that the reason why Darth Vader really liked having Boba Fett.
I wanted to get to that. No, I wanted you to get to that. Go.
Oh yeah,
Keep
it was
going. Yeah.
because of the fact that he reminded him of Rex. Because well, he is Rex. He's a clone of
But
of
different
Jango Fett.
personality. So
I mean, yeah, it's a different
Yeah.
personality, but still, he still has the same voice. He still,
He looks like him.
He looks the same. He is the same height. He's the same build. He's the same everything as him. The only
Right.
thing is that maybe he might just be a little bit different.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't know.
I hope not.
My gut, I don't know. My gut says that Boba and Gideon have nothing to do with each other. But I mean, it's always a possibility. But also, Boba doesn't really care about like the Mandalorian heritage or anything like that. So I don't think he would be working with him to like get the Darksaber or something like that. So
Maybe he would like just take Baby Yoda from Mando. He's like,
yeah, I feel like it's just kind of a bounty hunter thing that he wants to do. Is like he just, that's the biggest bounty out right now.
Maybe he wants to return his status.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
exactly.
reputation. Yeah, his status and
Yeah, is he wants to restore his reputation as like the OG bounty hunter.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Mando just in his shiny bright armor, shiny Beskar armor.
Yeah, so speaking of Boba Fett, right? So moving on from the episode, there is a rumor going around right now that Boba is getting his own spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
That it could film before even season 3 of the Mando starts filming. What do you think that's real? Do you think that's happening? I think it's definitely a possibility, but nothing's 100% confirmed right now. Is that something you'd want?
I mean, of course, right now we don't really know where they're going to be taking the character of Boba Fett. But if he does some things like how he did like in the comics and everything like back in Legends, it could be really cool. Like it could show some really, really cool stuff. But I mean, the thing is, it really just has to depend on what their idea for the show would be exactly. I mean, I don't know. It would really just depend on what it's going to be like. Of course, with the Bad Batch, we know what they're going to do with that. We know they're going to be doing what's it called? They're going to be doing like them like right after the rise of the Empire and all that good stuff. But I mean, we don't really know what this Boba Fett show is going to be. We don't know how they're going to treat the character. If he's just going to be like a joke, then it's just like, oh, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But if he's going to be like how he was like in the comics, like Legend comics, I'd be completely down for it. But I feel like more than anything, they should most likely wait. It's like the same thing. I keep on bringing up Witcher, but they're trying to make like a spin-off of The Witcher already, and they're not even in season 2 yet. And it's just like, slow your roll a little bit, take some time, make sure people actually enjoy some of these characters before actually just straight up making a spin-off of like, a certain character, whatever.
Yeah, but then there's also the kind of idea of like creating this kind of Star Wars Marvel type of connected universe, you know what I'm saying? Is like with all of these shows, they want to keep them connected and create spin-offs of them, like this Boba Fett show, like a possible Ahsoka show, like a possible Ezra show. So it wouldn't surprise me that they want to make a Boba Fett show. But I guess it all kind of depends on what Boba's involvement is in this series. Like, I was kind of thinking about it. Is like originally when they announced Mando came as a result of the Boba Fett movie being canceled. Then it was reworked into The Mandalorian. Now that we have The Mandalorian, they're bringing Boba Fett back into this, and then now they want to make a Boba Fett show spun off of The Mandalorian. So I don't know. It's a little convoluted, I think. But
yeah.
I mean, I like Boba Fett as much as the next guy at this point now, so,
Yeah, I kind of
more
agree with that.
more Mandalorians is always a good thing.
Right.
Yeah. But, like, if they're doing, like, a Boba Fett spinoff and it's going to be, like, just break apart off from The Mandalorian, I'm pretty sure, the Mandalorian TV show overall is going to, like, probably give, like, a flashback of how Boba Fett actually got out of that Sarlacc pit and, like, what he was doing. Pretty sure that's what they're gonna do, because if they're gonna just put it back on the Boba Fett spinoff, then I don't think there's no point of actually doing that.
Is like now with that rumor is like, what if the Boba Fett tease was all that. It was literally just a tease. We won't see him again until his own series. That would be a little. I think that would be a little annoying. I would not like that.
Will ever happen.
I would hope that Boba's coming back this season, but I guess that's always a possibility now.
Yeah, so. I mean, but I highly doubt they'd ever do anything like that.
Yeah, because if they're doing a Boba Fett spinoff, they should just probably just like I don't know, probably just like what he was doing as a bounty hunter like during his time, because like we didn't really know like much of him, like, you know, back in like in the film, like his first appearance in the films and all that. Like we see a little bit of him, but a little bit of like in a couple scenes, but I'm pretty sure it'd be better to just like you know, his life as a like when he actually donned the his distinguished armor and all that, and then all these contracts he takes and all that, and you know all that. But I think that should be like an ideal way.
Yeah, so here's an idea, right? So we talked about this, I think, a little bit last week as well, with the fact that it's good that they have Tamora Morrison as the Boba Fett from this point of the timeline on Mando. So what if this Boba Fett series has nothing to do with Boba on Mando? What if it's a prequel series kind of that takes place around the time of like the Han Solo movie and stuff like that? So it's young Boba Fett before any of the original movies. And this is how we have like the Daniel Logan version of Boba Fett come back and play the younger version of this character. But then would that be too similar to Mando, is having a younger Mandalorian as kind of like the title character? So I don't know. I'm a little confused on what they would want to do with it, but if it's done right, I think it could be good. I think that's kind of where I'm trying to get at here.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Just gotta make sure they actually like make it on point. Like if they just make it like Garbo, then it's not gonna be good. But I mean, Star Wars is Star Wars, but there's no, you know, like from well, backtracking from to you know, with the forgot that the latest Star Wars movie. I forgot what was.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that ending, like overall, that whole movie, Garbo.
Yep. Yeah. Oh man, we can have a whole stream. We can have a whole stream about that, man.
Garbo. That ending, Garbo. Whole movie, Garbo. Yeah. So, hopefully it's not. If it's not like that, then it'd be good. But if it's like that, it's gonna be Garbo.
Somehow, Palpatine has returned.
Yeah, it just has to be done right, and if it's not done right, then it's going to make a lot of Boba Fett fans
It's going to make a lot of Boba Fett fans mad. It's going to make a lot of Star Wars fans mad. And I think now it could also make a lot of Mandalorian fans mad. Yeah. You know?
It really just depends on how they bring in the character, though.
But not to leave that on a sour note, if done right, I am excited. And I think could be really good if they have Tamora Morrison involved with it, if they have Daniel Logan involved with it, if they have both of them involved with it. You know, I think it would be interesting possibly see, like they're going to do with the Obi-Wan series, is have present day stuff as well as flashbacks. They could have that same thing with the Boba Fett series, is have present day stuff and then also have flashbacks to like, maybe what if they finish that unfinished Clone Wars arc in the Boba Fett show through flashbacks, just like they're going to do Clone Wars flashbacks in the Obi-Wan series. Like that's how we're getting Hayden Christensen back in that, most likely. So if we get, you know, flashbacks to that, that's how we can learn about, you know, the dent in his helmet and stuff like that. Well, would you be down for that?
I'm pretty sure like his dent, I remember back, I don't know which one, was it either Star Wars or Clone Wars, actually, the animated show. I'm pretty sure it showed how he got his dented helmet.
Yeah, it was an
unreleased episode.
Yeah.
Unfinished as well.
Yeah, it was an unfinished animatic for an unreleased episode where Cad Bane. Yeah. So
if they did something like that, I think it'd be cool. But again, it's just really something that we're gonna have to wait around for, because I mean, anything can really happen with the show, and they can do whatever they want with it. I mean, it's Star Wars. They're gonna either have it be a prequel, a sequel, or a current, I guess you could say, or it might be a mix of both. It could be whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm just here's the thing. No matter what they do, if they're going to do it right, I'm super excited. If they're not going to do it right, then what's the point, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Well, back with the Rise of Skywalker, I'm pretty sure like after that movie, I feel like there was a lot of Star Wars fans that actually complained about it being canon.
Yeah.
And then I guess I'm pretty sure like, they said that they're just gonna throw it like in a box. It's like it's not canon. It's all fake. So
Oh,
I'm pretty
they.
sure-
Oh
did they
man,
talk about
they
that?
wouldn't.
Pretty
They
sure, right?
wouldn't do. There were
They-
rumors that people wanted that to happen. I don't think Disney would ever do that. I don't think you could realistically ever do that either, because then there wouldn't be like a real end to the saga. There's also the whole thing with that. Even though the movie was not the way we wanted it, it's the bookend to the sequel trilogy, and then we don't have to worry about the sequels ever again, right?
Yeah.
We can work with
Absolutely.
stuff like where Mando is in between those. We can work on prequel stuff. Now they're going to the High Republic, which isn't quite the Old Republic, but you know, they're distancing themselves from those movies. Maybe in 20-30 years time we'll come back to it and people will have, you know, like how we grew up with the prequels. Like a lot of people grew up with the originals. So as we've gotten older, we've become more vocal about how we love the prequels, how, you know, I think episode 3 is, you know, the best Star Wars movie ever made. But, you know, there are people that grew up or that are growing up now, I guess, with the sequels that in 10-20 years time will be at the age to be like, hey, I loved the sequels. And it's not to say, you know, if you like the sequels or you hate the sequels or you hate the prequels or you hate the originals, you love whichever one, it's all Star Wars. If you're a fan of anything Star Wars, you're a fan of Star Wars. Like, it's not to like bash on anybody that likes them or hates them or whatever. But I think as time goes on, people will not only look back at them through a more positive lens, but also the people that grew up with those movies as their Star Wars movies will then also talk more positively about them as well. That's kind of the trend of Star Wars, I think.
Yeah.
But speaking of all the eras of Star Wars and something that we can all get behind and love, there was a trailer that came out for Lego Star Wars The Holiday Special. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's gonna give us a little bit of a wait. Excuse me, between the new game and now.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, give us our fill of Lego.
Do a little homage to the original holiday special for Star Wars. I think that's cool that they're going to be grabbing from every era. I don't know exactly what kind of time travel thing, if it's the world between worlds or whatever. I don't really care though. I think it's just going to be fun to Star Wars experience. I know like the header is Rey, but I mean, I think that if anybody can do that right, it's going to be Lego Star Wars, you know? And I don't know, I'm just excited. You know, it seems pretty funny. I mean, it's not like it's going to be super serious. We don't have to go in depth and all this, you know, stuff about like, oh, does this mean this? And you know, it's just a Star Wars movie. You know, it's just a Lego Star Wars movie. You know,
Yeah,
it's not that deep. You know?
I was just about to say that.
It's not that deep.
It's not that
It's
deep.
gonna be something great.
It's just gonna give us like probably just nostalgic like childhood moments playing Lego Star Wars and all that. And plus, it's a holiday special, you know. It's like Christmas vibes and all that, but
Yeah.
Star Wars. But
Exactly.
Lego.
And it's
Lego
coming
Star
out on
Wars is good thing.
and it's coming out on Life Day, November 17th, I want to say. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure it was November 17th is what they said. So yeah, I mean, like all you guys said, I'm excited for it. I think it's just going to be a fun little thing that Star Wars is going to put out this year. It's got all 3 eras incorporated. It's, you know, the sequel characters seem to be the main characters because that's when it takes place, as it takes place in the sequel era. But we're going to be time traveling through probably the world between worlds. But again, it doesn't matter. It's Lego. It's not canon. But I mean, I think it'll just be a fun adventure, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it, and we'll obviously talk about it on stream after it airs and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. It's nothing crazy, but like, it looks really, really, really good.
Yeah.
So
Also, it is November 17th.
November
So, you know.
17th. Yeah. So I am. Yeah, I'm correct.
Yep.
I'm right. Yeah. Never doubt yourself. Never doubt yourself. So yeah. I guess that's basically it on Star Wars stuff, unless you guys have anything else to say. There's a couple other topics that I did want to cover here at the end, but it shouldn't be too long. You guys have anything else?
About it, you know, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm just really excited to see where everything's going to be going.
Yeah. Yeah, we are quickly approaching that 1 hour mark, so just gonna wrap a couple of things up here. For all of my DCTV fans, something that I did not make a video on, but I will once we get more concrete stuff on. There was kind of a first look at the Superman suit, the new Superman suit for Superman and Lois going around. Canada Graph's got his sneaky pictures of the suit out and about while they were filming. It was from a night shoot and stuff like that. You can't really tell too much on it. It's gonna, you're gonna have to wait until we get to the official look from the CW, but from what we can see, it looks good. It looks really good. It looks a lot more polished. It looks a lot more vibrant. It looks just a lot more Superman, if that makes any sense. So I'm excited for that. Did you see the picture for it?
Yeah, I saw the picture. He also looks bigger.
He looks more swole. Tyler Hoechlin definitely putting in work at the gym between seasons, which is good.
Yeah.
Or the suit just has more muscle padding. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. One of the two, probably both, to be honest. But yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm excited for the official picture. With my luck, it'll come out like 5 minutes from now. But yeah, whenever that comes out, I'll totally cover that in a video. The other thing, DCTV related, something that I did cover, was in regards to Stargirl. We have another casting announcement for the character of Thunderbolt, who is the magical fifth dimensional djinn inside of the Thunderbolt pen. This is a character that I guess we could all kind of expect from last season, as the Thunderbolt pen was one of the sort of relics that Courtney took from the JSA headquarters back during those earlier episodes when she was putting the team together. So it's nice to have a casting for that character. He's going to be fully CGI, which, not surprising, but pretty cool. And I guess that kind of leaves the door open now. We're probably going to see a casting for Jakeem Thunder. Or I've also... Maybe. What were you going to say?
I said maybe, because also the other theory is that what's the name, that might be the new Thunderbolt.
Yes, that was the other theory going around. I wouldn't be upset with that. Like, Mike mentioned a friend named Jakeem last season, but that could have just been a red herring and they just give him the Thunderbolt pen. I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So that's that. Pretty much just casting news and a suit look for Superman and Lois, casting news for Stargirl. That's about it for DCTV stuff this week. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of been a slow news week. We just had Mando, had the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special trailer, the rumors of the Boba Fett spin-off series starting to film before Mando Season 3, both of which are expected to film for their next seasons before the end of this year. And yeah, so just final wrap-up thoughts, guys. Anything else? Overall thoughts on the episodes and all that?
That's about it. I think we've discussed all we really wanted. I mean, at least I discussed all I really wanted to talk about. I think the episode was great. I can't wait to see more. I think these next few episodes are going to be pretty spectacular. Can't wait for the holiday special. Looking pretty optimistic for the new Boba Fett TV show, if that's a real thing or not. And I mean, we're still waiting a good while for those DCTV shows, so we'll just have to see what happens with those. But it looks like some pretty cool new stuff's coming out with that. How about you, Crusader?
For me, probably just overall, it was a great discussion, with the podcast.
Yeah. As always.
But yeah, as always. And, I'm more excited just for the Mandalorian, just the upcoming episode, Mando Friday and all that, and the holiday special, because I'm interested. I'm interested with like what's gonna happen. Like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a season 3. no doubt.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
it's pretty
Okay,
much
okay.
it's pretty much confirmed. Yeah, it's not been like 100%
Definitely,
confirmed, but
yeah.
they want to film it before the end of this year. This show is so successful.
Yeah,
So.
Mando is a big hit, and
Yeah.
like it's pretty good. Like no doubt at all, it's pretty good. I
Yeah.
just want to see what's gonna happen. It's like the cliffhanger. Like like oh man, I gotta leave
Yeah.
on Friday.
I know. No, I mean that's what all these episodes are, man. It's like I watch it, I'm just like, I want the next one. I want it.
I was like, wait, it's like Friday. Oh my god.
It's like what?
I
That's
gotta
it.
Wait, I gotta wait.
And
All
I
the
was
way until Friday.
gotta wait a whole 7
3
days.
a.m. 3
Yeah.
a.m. to watch it. Oh my gosh. But
Man.
that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah.
Mandalorian holiday special. Star Wars, but Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
But
Yeah.
aside from that, yeah.
Yeah, same. I thought this episode was great. On a rewatch, I think it's better the second time around. A lot of cool Baby Yoda stuff. It was interesting actually. This episode was only like 40 minutes. The first episode was like 52. This one was about 10 minutes less. But yeah, either way, still a great episode. Sets up really nicely for what we're going to be doing in the next couple of episodes and into the back half, which is going to be pretty much all new stuff because we've basically gotten through that trailer in the first couple of episodes, which is pretty crazy. So there's a lot of new stuff coming, and I'm just super excited for that. Super excited for the holiday special, and all the DCTV stuff. It's awesome. I covered the Stargirl stuff here on the channel in past videos, and I will cover the Superman suit as soon as we get an official look. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. We're excited for Mando Season 2, Episode 3. We will be back here this coming weekend to discuss it live on stream for you guys. If you missed anything, the stream will be available for playback here on the channel as soon as it's done processing. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this stream. I hope you enjoyed, listening to us ramble about the Mando episode and everything like that. Leave all of your thoughts on this episode down there in the comments or in the chat if you're here live. And yeah, until next time, guys, it's been Tazz, Strike, and Crusader. I'm trying out something different. And we will see you guys in the next live stream.